Roll for Crit here at Gen Con 2018. I'm standing right now with Matt in the Direwolf digital booth, and you guys have a couple cool new selections to show off here for your digital game environment. Which one do you want to start off with? Right behind us you can see, of course, Clank in Space Apocalypse. Big old banner.
Sure.
Walk us through that one for a little bit.
Sure. So Clank in Space Apocalypse is the first expansion for Clank in Space, which released last year here at Gen Con. And in Clank, in the Clank series, in Clank in Space, you are a daring thief trying to sneak aboard an evil alien overlord spaceship, steal one of his treasures, and escape before Erraticus and his goons catch up with you. In Apocalypse, the expansion, the stakes have been raised, where Erraticus has set in motion various schemes, like any good bad guy will.
Of course.
Sometimes it's, violate the space-time continuum, or destroy a planet, or put down the resistance, normal...
Classic choices.
Exactly, normal things. And as you're progressing through the game, Erraticus is making progress in his various schemes, and it's up to you, as a cunning and bold thief, to thwart his ambitions and save the galaxy. Or not. Because one of the things you'll find in Apocalypse is not every one of Erraticus' schemes affects everyone equally. So sometimes one player will say, oh man, I really need to stop this from happening in order to escape and survive. And another thief might say, but if you don't stop it from happening, I'm going to get the really good treasures and get to the escape pod before you. So there's always a little bit of strategic decision-making and tension that goes on in just how much you care about saving the universe when you're trying to get rich along the way.
Yeah, that kind of press your luck. How daring do you want to be?
Yeah, and how altruistic are your priorities, really, is what it comes down to.
Yeah, not so much for me. Of course, Clank, also a physical tabletop game. What is your kind of philosophy when it comes to the adaptation of games to the digital realm? How do you decide what to change, what to keep the same, how to approach that?
I mean, the big thing for us at Direwolf is always that we're interested in finding what's fun and sort of not being afraid to follow where that leads us. We started out as only a video game studio. We only made digital games. And a couple of years ago, when some of our folks internally started really getting excited by the idea of making a physical game, which was the first Clank game, we said, this is really fun. We don't entirely know what it means to be a board game publisher, but let's follow this and see where it goes. And we kind of approach all of our projects in the same way, of a lot of play testing, a lot of design iteration, and a lot of experiential play to find out what's really the most fun that you can be having, whether it's in an app, a standalone digital game, or a tabletop experience.
Yeah, fun is always a good thing. I think your priorities are in the right place.
It's not a bad thing to shoot for.
Yeah, and you have another one over here, Eternal.
Yes.
Very, very interested in this one. Please tell us what this one's about.
So Eternal is a digital strategy card game available on iOS and Android phones and tablets, and also on PC on Steam. It's one account, so all your stuff goes with you wherever you go, across platform, all very easy and seamless. Eternal is a six guns and sorcery world of wizards and cowboys fighting dragons in a kind of high fantasy Old West, all wrapped up in one of the most generous free-to-play card games you can find anywhere. We're also really excited. Here at Gen Con just yesterday, we kicked off our Eternal on Twitch promotion in a promotion with Twitch Prime and Amazon Prime, where if you're a Prime subscriber and you link your Eternal account, you get a whole bunch of great free content, 33 packs, a premium card back, a premium avatar that you can only get there. And it's all for free. We believe very strongly in giving away as much content as we can and welcoming players into the game. And Twitch and Amazon are really helping us give away a lot of great stuff.
Awesome. I'm a Prime member and a Twitch member, so
there you go.
I'm ready.
You're ready. You're doing it already.
I'm going to jump into
that.
Go
home and do it. It'll be great.
So yeah, the free-to-play model, that's definitely, it sounds like you're approaching it in, as you said, a generous way, which is definitely nice. I know that's that can be a tricky line to navigate. Have you guys found any kind of challenges in that model, or has it really worked out for you overall?
It's been going great so far. I mean, there's a bunch of other games, not usually card games, but MOBAs that have another approach to how they handle these things with cosmetic items like skins and avatars and these other cosmetic items that you can only get through other channels, but increase your ability to show off as you play the game, but don't actually change the underlying mechanics.
Yeah.
With Eternal, we believe that everyone should be able to play, everyone should be able to compete without, cracking open their wallet. But if you are a player who really loves the game and you want, a fancy totem and an avatar with some sick taunts, we can help you with that too. But you know, that's where we sort of look to keep the lights on.
I think that's the best way to do it. I think that's really great. Now, all of your games have you know, online options, that kind of thing. Do those have, you know, or pass and play? What are the multiplayer options in there?
So Eternal is you know, we've got a great growing community of players all around the world that you can play with at basically any hour of the day or night. I leave Gen Con and go back to my hotel room and, you know, fire up my iPad to do my daily quests and hop into a draft queue. And, you know, Direwolf is very good and has a lot of experience operating live service games with, you know, server-driven real-time connections all around the world. So we're very, very stable. Very, you know, it's part of our core competency. So we're not too worried about that.
Okay, that's good. That's good. It's good to have strengths.
Yeah, one or two every now and then.
Yeah. So both of those are available right now. Are there any other games? I know you have a bunch of other games, but maybe a few you want to run down, just plug so people are aware of them. They can go out and look for.
Sure.
Highlights.
We've also been talking about Lanterns and Lotus, two digital adaptations of tabletop games. Both of those are available for iOS and Android phones and tablets right now. We've also got some new exciting stuff both in the physical board game space and for digital apps and app adaptations that'll be coming out over the next couple of quarters or so. So I'd look for more information about those by the end of the year.
Okay, cool. I was playing around a little bit with the Lanterns on one of the tablets here, and it's very smooth, very fun.
Oh,
Works very well.
It's a great game.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Having played both the physical and now the digital version as well. Very cool stuff. How's the show at Gen Con been going for you guys this year? Has a lot of people been coming out and checking everything out? You tired?
We're good. It's too early to be tired. We're only halfway there. Gen Con is fantastic. In a lot of ways, you know, Gen Con is sort of the home of Clank. When we came out here as a video game studio in Gen Con 2016, we brought Clank with us. We had never told anyone about it. It was just a thing that we kind of made, and we had a little booth, you know, back there. And we sort of had this thing where like, hey, does anybody want to come play with us? And the response that we received and the reception we got from the board game community here at Gen Con and in general absolutely blew us away. And since then, you know, it's kind of changed the direction of the studio in some regards. Like we now have a board game division with designers and artists and producers who are just dedicated to supporting board games and figuring out what more fun things we can do in that space.
It's really cool. Yeah, we talk about how, you know, this divide between video games and board games is getting bridged more and more these days with different games, and how almost now at E3 you might see some more like board game type announcements. I don't know if you guys do E3 stuff as well, like different shows, but yeah, it's cool that you can kind of play in these different worlds.
Yeah, we travel around. We go to a bunch of the PAX shows primarily and Gen Con, and it's great because, you know, different shows bring out different sort of strains of gamers, whether they're the tabletop guys or the role-playing folks or, you know, video gamers who are looking for new strategy games or mobile games to pursue. And one of the great things about Direwolf is we kind of sit in this spot where we can intersect with and come play with all these different groups of gamers and get a lot of different perspectives on what's going on in gaming as a whole, which keeps things interesting and exciting.
Yeah, that's good. Always keep you on your toes.
That is true.
So that is Direwolf. Definitely check out Clank Apocalypse, or in Space Apocalypse.
Yes,
and
with exclamation points after all of them, just that's for value.
Necessary,
yes,
or you won't get the right game. I'll have some links in the description below so you can go check that stuff out. Thanks again for hanging out with us for a minute, and have a good rest of the show.
Thanks for coming by. Enjoy Gen Con.
Like and subscribe for more Gen Con 2018 coverage.
And enter our contest for a chance to win some Gen Con games in the description down below.